I'm fascinated by marketing. I think it's one of the most misunderstood things, especially with small to medium-sized companies. And there's so many like really fascinating twists and turns and intricacies and subtleties to marketing. And, even if you know all about marketing, even if you're an entrepreneur or you work in a small, medium-sized company and you've been exposed to kind of really cutting edge marketing tactics, it amazes me when as a consumer, I'm still swayed by things that I know are marketing based and they're really designed to kind of modify my behavior. But I just can't I can't help myself when I'm in those situations as a consumer. And one of my favorite funny stories comes from our property in the Florida Keys. It's called The Retreat. When we bought it was a 4-bedroom on about a half acre that had like really great infrastructure and a great lot. And the thought was, we could probably host executive retreats here. We could do some cool like strategic planning and that kind of stuff. But we just need a little more outdoor space. If we could just get a little more outdoor space, that would really be helpful. And there's a local design build company in the Florida Keys in Marathon called Design Source. And I simply said to Design Source, to one of the principals, hey, we're looking to build like a tiki bar outside. This part of the lot is just sort of like kind of scrub brush and stuff. Can we build a tiki bar over there? And of course, he's a marketer. He said, well, yeah, we could definitely do a tiki bar. But imagine if, you said you need some more space. Imagine if we did kind of a freestanding structure and we could build a bar and a conference room. We could put some bedrooms in there. And I was like, well, that's, not in the budget and not what we were really thinking about. He said, well, let me sketch some things out and we'll see. And I said, okay. So they do the, the basic kind of sketches, the architectural sketches. And it looked really exciting. And I thought, wow, that, if we could pull that off, that would be great. It would give us the bedrooms we need and the space that we need. And then he came back. He said, hey, we had another idea. Now this is really a marketer. We already have a pool at this house. It's inside. It's under kind of a screened-in, Florida room, they call it. And it's perfectly fine. It's fully functional. It's actually architecturally very nice. And he comes back again and he said, hey, we thought about it a little bit more and we have a new design for you. And in the new design they'd drawn in a pool. And I thought, what the hell do we need a second pool for? That's like crazy. And I looked at it and it looked good. And I said, yeah, I don't know. And he said, well, we'll cost it up for you and let you know. And I said, okay. So we go and we're going to meet like 2 or 3 days later to kind of go through all the cost estimates. And I get in there and they've got a whole book prepared and I sit down and they slide the book across their conference table and I open it up and there's the drawing of the house and the pool and everything else. But they did one thing that was incredibly, incredibly smart and really kind of, for me, the definition of how to think about marketing. They had a kid with colored pencils color in the pool and draw on the landscaping, and the color made everything come to life. I would have never, ever, by the way, we bought the whole package. We put in the 2-bedroom addition, the bar, the conference room, the second pool, the tiki bar, which is where this whole thing started. Had they not put the color on the plans, we probably spent an additional $500,000 to $700,000 on this design build because of some colored pencils. And I understand marketing. I know exactly what that was about and what they were doing. But what that did was it captured my imagination and the vision for what this project could really be, as opposed to just some black and white lines on a piece of paper. And the hour they spent and the 37 cents they spent on those colored markers drove an additional, again, mid-6 figures in revenue. That's a tremendous lesson. If you can get in the head of your prospects and really understand the conversation that's going on in there and show them, lead them down the path, whether it's visually or kind of the story that they're telling themselves or whatever it is. But if you can connect at that emotional level, then it unlocks a lot of amazing things. So that's how I spent an extra $500,000 thanks to a 37-cent colored pencil story that I love to tell.